Okay, let's take a look at your pedal mechanics on the bike when you were warming up. You'll notice that your hips are rocking quite a bit on the seat. I know we talked about this when we were working together that we need to get that seat lowered. That'll bring your pelvis down and allow you to get a flatter foot both over the top and through the bottom, and that will eliminate the majority of that hip rocking from left to right. When we slow it down, there's two things I want you to take a look at. If you look at your heels as they come over the top of the pedal stroke, you'll notice that your heels are quite high, and you'll notice that you're not able to get your feet flat at the bottom. This, once again, will be corrected with a lower seat. But what I want you to pay attention to in slow motion is how that causes your hips to rock back and forth, which causes a lot of biomechanic inefficiencies and loss of power. I want you to look at the bike when you're free spinning here, and you'll notice that the bike keeps shifting to the right. As you're looking at the screen, the bike is shifting to the left, which is your right when you're on the bike. You're also going to notice that your right foot is doing the majority of the work. We're going to slow it down here in the next frame, and I want you to notice the difference between your right and your left foot. Remember that when you're looking at the screen, your right foot is on the left side of the screen, and I want you to notice how high the heel is, and then compare that to the left foot, the right side of the screen. Watch as you're looking at the screen, look at your right screen, your left foot. Notice how you have a much flatter foot through the bottom and over the top. And that's because your right foot is doing all of the work. Your left one is just coming along for the ride. And when you saw that in free spin mode, you noticed how the bike was rocking back and forth and it kept leaning to your right, the left side of the screen as you're looking at it on the video. Now when we come into the isolated leg drill, as I mentioned to you, I want you to pay attention to where the clank is at in your pedal stroke. This is the last 1 minute of a 5-minute cycle where I'm asking you to keep the chain tight 360 degrees through the pedal stroke. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to slow it down, and I want you to notice how we see so much of the bottom of your shoe right there. Remember what we talked about. You want to have a relatively flat foot. You're never going to get it completely flat. It's not biomechanically correct, and it's anatomically a little bit difficult. But what I want you to understand is as you come to that 9 o'clock point right here, if you start that transition of lowering your heel a little bit earlier, you're going to get a tremendous amount of power out of that right leg. So please work on flattening your feet, lowering your seat, and getting the bike fit, and you'll see an increase in both power and endurance.